Talking entertainment, Netflix, we're going to keep up with the Hollywood buzz because it's another round of Lights, Camera, McCarthy.
How are you doing, Aaron?
Kev, I always love when you come into the studio.
I always love being here.
Because you get to go and talk during the breaks in between.
And I'm excited about that. And you have a workout segment coming up,
Yes,
right?
that's why I'm in my gym clothes.
Cool.
I'm ready to kick some butt. But first, I need to hear about Killer, the trailer.
Yeah, so this is a brand. Okay, so I'm a huge David Fincher fan. I grew up with Seven and Fight Club and The Game. He also did The Social Network.
Right.
A great filmmaker. And he has a new movie coming out to Netflix called The Killer. It stars Michael Fassbender.
Ooh.
Here is a look at the trailer released yesterday. It looks awesome. And Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross are doing the music, who did Social Network, as well as a lot of his other films. Take a look. It's giving me major Fight Club vibes, which I'm very excited about. It looks incredible. And Trent Reznor, who did the music for the movie with Atticus Ross. Trent Reznor is the lead singer of, obviously, Nine Inch Nails. If you haven't seen any of Fincher's previous films, highly recommend it. This will be in theaters, select theaters in October, and then Netflix on November 10th. It deals with basically an assassin who has a fateful near miss and goes on an international manhunt, essentially involving his employers.
This
so
is right
it looks
on my
really
alley
awesome.
for what I like to watch. And I love the gritty nature, the way it's shot. The music, the ominous slow down of the bullet.
David Fincher,
amazing.
all the way. He also did Benjamin Button as well, and The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. All right, so if you're a fan of late night like I am, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, John Oliver, Stephen Colbert,
you mean all the
Seth
greatest
Meyers,
of the greats?
These guys are amazing, and so they put together a 5-person podcast called Strike Force. It's Strike Force 5, and it basically is helping out with crew members and people who are affected by the strike.
So this is for a great cause, and it's entertaining, so you're winning on both fronts.
Yeah, definitely. Take a look at the clip.
One more time, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Fallon.
I'm Stephen Colbert.
I'm Jimmy Kimmel. I thought when you said Jimmy, you meant me, Jimmy, but you meant Jimmy.
I always mean you.
But when you say Seth Meyers, who do you mean?
I mean John Oliver.
It's the 5 of us together for maybe an hour a day.
Strike Force 5 is the name of our podcast. Subscribe to it now.
Spotify or wherever else you get your podcasts. But Spotify, you.
All right, so proceeds will be going to staff and crew affected by the ongoing writer's strike, and obviously you can check that out on Spotify.
That was just so weird and strange and fun.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. All right, so real quick, The Last Voyage of the Demeter is a new movie out. So the reason why we're talking about this today is that it's available now in your homes. You can actually get this on video on demand, so like Apple TV Plus platforms like that. Now, this is a new horror film that basically deals with the origins of Dracula on a ship. And how it kind of essentially scares everybody on board, and the dynamic between that. So I spoke to Corey Hawkins, who's one of the lead stars of the film. You might know him as Dr. Dre from Straight Outta Compton. He was a phenomenal actor. He's from the D.C. area, went to Duke Ellington. And I spoke to him about his career and more. Take a look.
But I'm curious about the life perspective you gain from your characters, because at the end of the day, you're you, but you get to step into the shoes of other people's lives and experience life through their eyes. So here you're playing a doctor, Straight Outta Compton, you're playing a musician. So I just wonder, when you look at roles, maybe just on the other end of the spectrum of Straight Outta Compton and this, what life perspective did you gain from each role? Is there anything you pulled, now that's in my life now, I want to use that for myself?
Well, definitely with Clemens, that sort of adaptability. You got to and you have to figure it out, roll with the punches, but still push through, and don't be afraid of stepping into your power. And I think a lot of the characters that I play, even, I'm thinking in Macbeth with Joel Cohen and Francis and Denzel, that was you know, McDuff is stepping into his power, you know. Dre and Cube and Ren and Yella and Easy, they were stepping into their power, you know. Clemens is stepping into his power. And so even in these musicals, Color Purple, Harpo, he has to step into his power and realize who he is. A change. And these characters are, and it's not like I'm going through and I'm like, this is the master plan. It's like, no, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
All right, that's Corey Hawkins, who you might know from Straight Outta Compton. He's going to be in The Color Purple later this year. And again, that interview took place prior to the strike. That movie hits VOD right now. You can actually rent it in or buy it in your homes now for streaming. So
perfect, Kev. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron.
I feel like we're Justin Bieber and Halle Bieber.
Oh yes, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, his wife, because I'm in gym clothes and you're dressed to the nines right now.
That's
So
right.
there you go. Well,